I'm gonna give it a 2. It's gonna be a 2. I'm giving it a 2.
All right, we're Billy and Mark, or I'm Mark and Billy. We're about to go see Thor Ragnarok, which is the third one, directed by Taika Waititi, and this is gonna be what
terrible
quick expectations are. We haven't seen it yet.
It's gonna be awful.
I'm hearing this movie's fantastic.
Boom!
People are saying top 3 Marvel movies.
Calling it now, giving it a 2.
So I have really high expectations. I'm gonna be surprised if I'm walking out under a 7. Really? I'm having high expectations.
I'm gonna give it a... No, I'm just kidding. Really, my expectations are pretty high.
You're not 7 expectations.
No,
okay.
I'm definitely not at a 7. Thor 1 was terrible. Thor 2 was really underwhelming.
You know who Taika Waititi is? The director?
No.
Did What We Do in the Shadows?
Okay, I didn't see it.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I hated the trailers. Didn't want to see it.
Okay, well, anyways, really small indie director.
My opinion, we're gonna get like a lot of Norse characters introduced right at the beginning that we're supposed to care a lot about. Some of them might die, and we're supposed to care about that. Just like in Thor 2, when the highlight of Thor 2 was Thor taking Captain America on as a persona and being like, "Hey, let's do this, Thor. Let's fight."
That was the best part of that movie.
Yeah, it was. So I'm betting this is going to have a bit of that. Some time spent in Asgard that we're somehow meant to give a shit about that we're not going to.
All of it's going to be in the other world. They're not going to Earth at all.
No, but they're going to another planet.
Whatever.
Like the planet Hulk.
Okay, so we both have high expectations. I have higher.
I'm excited to see the fucking Colosseum battles.
Yeah, I'm just excited to see Goldblum. Apparently, they pull out all the Goldblumisms, and he's 100% a Goldblumism.
Cool.
And that's all I want out of Goldblum.
All right.
I want him to go, every line.
So those are expectations. Later.
There we go. See you guys in a minute, and it'll be like 2.5 hours for us.
Kakarot! It's a crotch! I know you love crotches, Kakarot!
That was a Dragon Ball Z joke. My name is Mark. This is Billy. We're here to do unprofessional movie reviews. Hello, the internet. The way this works is we're going to unprofessionally review a movie. We're going to sit down as if you just watched this movie with us. We don't have a script. We don't have anything. We just sit here and do it, and here we go. Boom. He's going to describe what happened in the movie, and then we're going to talk about negatives. We're going to talk about positives.
For that, do the like and subscribe.
Click like, subscribe. Click the little bell icon if you want to see stuff from us. If you want a notification. Join the notification squad.
Yeah. Non-spoiler synopsis. So, Hela returns to Asgard. She's the goddess of death. She's going to take over. Thor gets cast out into a different planet after Mjolnir gets destroyed and ends up fighting the Hulk on this weird planet and has to try to find his way to get back to Asgard to fight Hela.
Yep. Okay. Negatives.
Dolby Atmos sound. Wasted.
Yeah, definitely.
Wasted on this movie.
It definitely wasn't the worst sound editing and sound mixing I've ever seen, but they don't utilize it.
It's such a wasted cinematic opportunity if you don't use that incredible surround sound equipment. We've seen good movies this year.
Especially for Marvel.
Really,
some of Marvel's audio has been some
I
of the
understand if you want your movie to work in any theater, but it's like the technology scales down. You can't scale it up. It scales down. So design it for the big theater and then let it work on the little theaters because it will work. It'll just work. Just let it happen.
That's, as you can see, we tear it down to sound mixing when there's not a lot of negatives. but I did have a big issue with pacing. I wasn't really sure what act I was in until I was at the ending of the third act.
Right.
And that was the one big thing. It really did seem like a very long sketch because this movie's funny. On that comedy, I got one more. You can say 1,000 jokes, but at least 100 of those 1,000 didn't land. It was joke, but there were some. There was even one really vulgar joke, probably the more adult they ever went. And I was that didn't land.
Yeah.
And people were being very laughy. This was a theater full of laughs, which is always great. Love those experiences. But there was one that was literally crickets.
Yeah. And on both of those notes, one you mentioned pacing. There are several sidetracks in this movie that we could have done completely without saying nothing to do with the plot. They don't come back. It's just literally distraction to extend the movie a little bit, maybe to give a cameo.
Yeah.
And then you were talking about the jokes not landing. This movie had very, very low stakes because of how many jokes were in it. You can't be joke for 2 hours, and then the last half hour being like,
yeah,
like,
you're not going to feel any. You're not going to feel
downtime.
any tension.
No,
You're not going to feel any. Which they made that trade off, and I can see why they made that trade off because it kind of worked. I liked how funny it was, but yeah, at the end they're like, "And the monster's still alive," and they were like, "Whatever, tell another dick joke."
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Get
him.
Um,
Whatever.
You got another?
Yeah, we were talking about performances. I thought performances were pretty lackluster. Chris Hemsworth, I thought, fell really flat in this movie.
I wanna
he did well in
say
the serious scenes. I liked him in the serious scenes, but
I wanna say
some of the jokes I thought were
Hemsworth.
flat.
Hemsworth is great on an ensemble. Thor movies. He's always been one of the weakers. I got nothing really against him as an actor. I just don't know about him carrying them, and I think that's why they had to move it to so much comedy. Is because it's almost of a distraction. Maybe he is definitely he's probably a weaker actor than the stronger actors, especially Ruffalo. But yeah, that's probably a negative I have on all three of them. No, I don't think I ever watched
story in Red Dawn. Very similar story. Couldn't carry it. So we talked about performances. We talked about sound design.
Yeah, I believe Anthony Hopkins is rated in as much as he always has in Thor movies, and it was more noticeable this time. Probably because I just watched him in Westworld, and he's really good.
Yeah.
And he has, like, things in his voice, and he's just so engaging. He could say anything like, I saw you walk down that hallway, and I'd be like, yeah, what about it? And this is just like he's saying these giant epic things like the world's gonna end, and this is why. And I'm like,
There's some questionable design choices for Cate Blanchett's character, Hela. Hair and makeup inconsistencies that were really, really hard for me to follow.
She flipped. Her appearance wasn't normal. It was like, it was a new thing.
Yeah.
Like she was running behind a screen every minute in the same scene.
Yeah, and the Valkyrie's costume.
Yes.
When the Valkyrie dons, this might be a little spoilery, there's a Valkyrie and she has a costume.
Yep.
But when the Valkyrie dons her costume, it's way too futuristic. It does not fit in with the
It's really underwhelming. They almost like said it like it was going to be this big thing, and I thought she was going to be wearing like this.
And we got sneak peeks of it before, but just like little pieces of it, glimpses.
And it's like, hey, we got your suit, and I was like, oh. Should have just handed it to her.
Yeah,
had to make it a
Did
thing.
you get that back on Sicario? That's a movie.
Sakara?
Sakara? Yeah, Sakara. That's it.
I should know it because it is in the comics. It is in World War Hulk, or before World War Hulk. Planet Hulk. It's the planet in Planet Hulk. Although it's not. It's just named to that and Hulk's on it. It's pretty different from Planet Hulk. Alright, some comic inconsistencies. Quite a lot. Especially with Valkyrie. Yeah. And Valkyrie, and I'm not going to make this a race thing. I'm not, because we've already stated that as Guardians of the, as soon as Idris Elba killed it as Heimdall, we're like, alright, cool, there's Black Vikings. We're cool with it now. But it wasn't just that, it was the fact that what they did with her character. She's hanging out on another planet when you first see her. She's kind of like a bounty hunter, kinda. And I was like, I was saying the same words Thor was, when Thor's like, you're the Valkyrie, you should be protecting the throne. And I was like, yeah! What are you doing here? You should be, why are they doing this with Valkyrie? And the only reason I gotta bring this up is because Valkyrie's actually a character I really love in the comics. And I call out X-Men movies and other movies. I never call out Marvel because I love them so much when they change the comics, but they do, not as much as X-Men movies, but they do as well. So I had to call it out. You're messing with Valkyrie. I love that character. And also you just mess with the entire planet Sakaar, but I can't get too mad because I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. Positives?
One more negative. They brought back a relationship between Mr. Hulk and Mrs. Somebody Else, but I don't want to spoil it for you.
Very brief.
They hint at it, and it pissed off a lot of people when they did it in Avengers 2, so let's see a bunch of people typing about how pissed off they are.
It never pissed me off. But
it didn't piss me off either, but let's wait for the internet to get pissed off about it. Negative, or positive.
Negatives! Positives! Taika Waititi! The director, and he also has I'm not even going to say cameo, I'm going to say supporting role.
Yeah.
As Korg.
Yeah.
Korg. Taika Waititi killed it. Yeah,
Hilarious.
he did Search for he directed Search for the Wilder People. I'm pretty sure he did a couple of Flight of the Conchords episodes, but he definitely did What We Do in the Shadows, and he starred in that too. So this isn't his first acting thing. But I thought first off, I want to talk about his directing. I thought that it was a genius idea to give a complete comedy guy the reins of this and take a lot of the stakes out, which we talked about in the negatives, but make this more or less a space opera comedy, which I thought was bold, and I liked it.
Yeah. I think it's not a secret that I hated the first two Thor movies.
No,
I thought both of them were bullshit.
I thought their first one was fine.
I think it's really funny that the only way they could make a good Thor movie is by not taking it seriously at all.
Not giving a fuck.
Just fucking like...
And it worked
hey,
so
let's
well.
throw a joke in here. Let's make a dick joke. Let's make a joke about Hulk being naked.
Yeah.
Like, just not taking it seriously at all, and it's easily the best out of the three movies.
It's up there. I'm not going to start rating it with all MCUs.
No, me neither.
But it's definitely in the conversation of best ones. Not best three or anything. But when you're talking about the really good ones, this is up there.
It's in the top half.
Yeah,
least.
top half.
Yeah,
there you go.
For sure.
This definitely...
the first two aren't in the top
I'd
half
even say
for
it's
me
the
at
best
all.
one of the year. I like this more than I liked Homecoming. And I definitely liked it more than Guardians 2. But that's me.
Okay.
Yeah. Alright, we talked Taco Waititi. Let's talk other people. Go! Or other things.
Other things. Okay, I want to talk about music. The music was good. They had this kind of futuristic underpinning for a lot of the music.
Which, yeah.
Reminded me a little bit of like Ghost in the Shell, Blade Runner 2049 is that...
Yeah. And then they pepper in fucking Zeppelin.
Yeah.
Like, literally. And I'm glad they did because I thought Immigrant Song was just going to be in the trailer.
Song, isn't it?
Immigrant Song?
Okay.
I thought it was just going to be in the trailer. But it's literally like, it's like they were using it as Thor's battle theme. Yeah. Like how Wonder Woman has a na-na-na-na. Yeah. This had like, da-da-da-da-da-da.
We also had Back in Black for Iron Man several times.
Oh, yeah. And Iron Man, too, for Iron Man. But, yeah, I thought this was great to give, like, to straight up use it. They probably played it 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. They played it at the beginning and at the end for sure.
Yep.
I loved the hinted at in the trailer Thor Hulk fight in the Coliseum. Yep. I thought that was dope. Yep. I enjoyed it.
They did a lot more with it than I thought they were going to from the trailer. And then going on with that, let's talk about action. I'm holding Thor action to a very low standard from the other ones.
As you should.
They do the last two do that modern action thing where you don't know what the fuck's going on. A lot of movies do it. Fast and Furious movies do it. So many movies do it. They don't show you the action for more than a second at a time. Where you just see and if you ever if you're in a theater and you're watching these kind of action scenes, look just to the wall and you see flash of lights. Because it's literally a scene. And they weren't really doing that.
No.
And the action was coherent. It wasn't like, Raid or Raid 2 or John Wick, holy shit action. But it was good. It was coherent.
It wasn't 99.9% CGI, even the actors. It was just the backgrounds that were CGI and maybe some of the weapons.
And a lot of the bad guys they were fighting. There was some CGI messes, definitely. Right. But it wasn't as much of the CGI
But you can bet a lot of them were guys in suits, or guys in mocap suits, doing their thing. So you could tell there was some real combat going on in front of an actual camera. And
they hinted for 10 seconds of how much better it could have been. There was a moment where Hela's fighting somebody and she grabs him and the camera follows her fist as she stabs, and it was straight out of the first Kingsman. It reminded me of the church scene, which was one of the best action scenes of the last 10 years.
Sure.
And I was like, whoa, right there! You could have kept doing that, though. That was great. At least it reached my coming for 10 seconds. I wanted to come the whole time, something like the first Kingsman, but there was still a moment of really good action.
There were a lot of moments in this movie where I was like, oh, called it. Oh, knew that was going to happen. Oh, knew that was going to happen.
But they weren't cheesy shitty.
And it didn't piss me off because they made sense, and that's why I called them.
And it wasn't cliches, either. They weren't just... there were some cliches. The shake weight I thought was funny.
Fucking A.
Karl Urban was in it. He was all right. His character was rather
It's
throwaway.
amazing Asgardian AK-47s or AR-15s.
Well, I assumed he went down to get him because he's in charge. Because
Yeah,
there was a
how
moped
could they-
sitting there too.
Okay.
Oh, how could they fight against gods? Yes,
Yeah.
it wasn't AK-47s, though. They're M16s. But yeah, he was using M16s against like special creatures and just mowing them down. And
Yeah,
then,
and
like,
now that using
gun
them
through.
as like
Yeah,
weapons,
and then was like literally stabbing them kind of too. And it was
and like deflecting Asgardian blades with a man-made gun that also had way too much ammo. Okay,
yeah, that didn't make a lot of sense.
that was
but,
a really weird
but he
sequence.
was Scourge the Executioner, and I did actually like how he played him because you felt his conflict the entire fucking time, and that why when the twist that involved him wasn't like, of course it was going to happen. It was like, I've been waiting for that to happen. I knew it was going to. It wasn't like a M. Night Shyamalan twist. It was like you're saying this the whole time.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. We see your conflict. Let go of your hate. You know, I'm turning in the Emperor over here. All right, I got to bring it up before I forget. Jeff Goldblum.
Yes.
Was,
I can imagine the conversation. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Jeff.
Yeah,
yes. I want you to play this character drunk and, ooh, how do I put this delicately? Super gay, please.
Okay.
Okay. Just be yourself.
Yeah,
Just be
no.
yourself.
No. You know what you probably hate when people bring you up and make fun of you and do impressions of you? Yeah, just dial that to 11. Like, do a massive impression of yourself. And it was fantastic. Yeah. Honestly, it stole C's, and also not only that, but it made him so bloody unpredictable. Because he was just so goofy. And he could have just been like, all right, I'm bored, behead everybody. All right, guys, martinis? Like, he was great. I loved him in that. And then if we didn't already bring up Taika Waititi as playing the character of Korg, stole every scene as a full-on CGI character. And because they got the idea of making a guy who's almost the size of the Hulk, who's made out of rock, with a ridiculously thick New Zealand accent.
He was also a little timid.
Brilliant.
A little timid and mild-mannered.
The idea of just putting that voice in a big monster is fucking brilliant.
It was good. I really enjoyed it.
Trying to think of... Ruffalo. I always forget how good Ruffalo is until he actually... And in the motion capture, too. This is probably...
The motion capture was really good.
Yeah. This is probably the longest we've seen Hulk in non-battle scenes. And... yeah, I almost started forgetting I'm looking at motion capture Hulk. Like, it was really good. And he had a lot of personality.
I feel like they legitimately could have told Mark Ruffalo nothing about this movie and just had him show up on set, and he would have delivered the same performance. Because he was just, literally, every shot with him was just him being like...
That's kind of his thing. There was one good facial feature that made me laugh pretty good. I can't even remember what he was looking at, but he had like a... And I laughed.
I thought he...
So you thought he phoned it in?
I thought he phoned it in, and I think that he wasn't given enough to do.
Okay, speaking of not giving enough to do, Idris Elba.
Yeah.
God, you have one of the better actors of today, guys. Use him.
Everyone keeps talking about how hot he is, and then they somehow make him hotter. How?
Give him cloudy eyes and a gorgeous gray dreadlock thing going on.
A fucking Jedi costume.
Yeah, the gigantic sword. I think we did good. I'm looking down. Oh yeah, Clancy Brown did the voice of Surtur. I love Clancy Brown. That's all I gotta say. I love Clancy Brown. Yeah. I don't know. Let's talk a little bit longer. I keep thinking, how long can Marvel keep doing this of changing my expectations and just making... And people are like, I'm tired of people just saying these movies are fun. They gotta be good. That's a synonym, you fucking idiot. Like if it was fun and not good, we would just say it's bad. No. This is a good movie, and it's extremely fun. This isn't as deep or like this... Like, I can start naming other Marvel movies or even other blockbusters. It's not going to make you feel all your feels.
Yeah.
But it is a joyride. It is almost low stakes, yet high stakes. You know, you're fighting for the entire galaxy to just be ripped apart, but you're just like, woo, the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this movie. I'm down to start rating it whenever you want.
All right, I'll go first.
Yeah,
I gave this movie 7.25 melty sticks.
7.25
out of 10. 7.25 melty sticks. I've never given a quarter point before.
No, you didn't.
7 1/4 melty sticks.
I don't think I have either. If you know anything about Norse mythology, this movie doesn't. But if you know anything about Norse mythology, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. One of Loki and a zombie's child. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's accurate.
Sure.
Look it up. Giant wolf.
Yeah, did you know that,
Zombie Loki.
that dwarves are descendants of the maggots that fed off of Thor's body when he died?
That's another mythology thing?
That's according to Norse mythology.
Ugh, it's a gross one.
That's why they're so good at mining.
It's a pretty gross
They're
one.
descended from the maggots that ate their way through Thor's body and bestowed their children with the gift of mining.
Well, maggots are good miners.